Okay, so this is just a video tutorial on what we've done in the last week or two on remixing. So I've opened up Logic here. You can see I've got one audio track up there, and I'm going to bring in the TED Guitar audio track and put it over here, and should be okay. Just loading it. There it is. Okay, and I'm just going to trim it. So I'm going to zoom into it, both horizontally and vertically, so I can see where it starts, where the pressure graph is, and I'm going to trim it. And I'm going to also turn on my metronome. I'm going to make sure that the first beat of the music coincides with the first beat of this piece, this project, I suppose. So make sure you trim it as accurately as possible, and zoom in again a bit more. And I think it just starts about there. Okay, and then zoom back a wee bit, and then drag this back over here to the first beat of the first bar. And the first beat of the first bar is marked by the number 1 up there and up here. So I think that's the first beat of the first bar. All these bloody things, aren't they? A nuisance. Okay, so get rid of that. Good. And that's it there, I think. I think that's fine. So let me see now if I play it. If I play it here, right, so you can hear the first beat coincides with the first beat of the metronome. Okay, but you can hear that the speed of the metronome isn't the same as the speed of the track here. The track's a bit slower. Okay, so I need to find out what the BPM of this track is, because once I have that, then I can change the speed of it and change if I want to add loops and other things. That's good. So what I need to do is I need to come over here to the track strip here for this track. So that's the track strip there. This is the master strip, and generally you don't touch this one. This is the track strip. Go to the audio effects here, go down to metering, BPM counter, and there it is. And just turn off the metronome because it might get confused with that. And just hit the space bar and play it, and it should come up. See, it's flashing off and on. It should figure out what the BPM is. It's around about 98, I think. It's taking a while. There it is. So 98. So now what I can do now is I can change the BPM up here to 98, and that should mean that don't worry about the display sort of shrinking. That's okay. So listen to it now, and you should hear the clicks. I'll put the metronome on again. The clicks of the metronome should coincide with the beats that this rhythm of this piece. That's good. Now, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to take just a sample of this track, this TED Guitar track, the first phrase up to bar 5. So bring your cursor over there to bar 5, put a cut there, and that's going to be the basis of my sample. Use the cursor to then to get rid of this bit. Now, here's where the fun starts. Because I figured out what the BPM of this sample is, I can turn on the flex tools here, flex tools there, and then turn on the flex tools on the TED Guitar track, and choose the rhythmic option, rhythmic, and it sort of predicts where the beats are, the rhythms are, and you can see that this particular one here is a little bit late. It's a little bit out of play, out of time. So is that one. This one definitely is. It's a little bit behind. So I can correct that in the rhythmic mode with the flex option. I can drag that there. I can also drag this one back a bit, so I can correcting subtle little mistakes in the performance. So listen to it now, and it should be perfectly synchronized. And here's a great thing as well. I can also now change the tempo. So up here, because I'm in the flex mode and also flex mode here, and in the rhythmic mode, I can then drag this and drag it away up to, let's say, 140 BPM. So now, play it now. So it speeded up this audio. that's going to be the basis of my remix. So the next thing I could do is I can say, okay, I'm going to start building up another phrase. So I can copy this across, hold the Alt key down, and copy it across there, and just make sure you don't have any gaps. I'm going to play it, just make sure it's looping okay. New phrase. Okay, so that's good. Now the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to get the vocal track and bring it in, bring some of it in. So go to get the tracks here. Tracks, vocal, and drag the vocal track into, I wonder, can I, right, sorry, I need to do it this way. Sorry.
1, 2.
I need to open it up in Finder, I think. Yeah, open up Show All in Finder and then do it this way. So tracks, and get the vocal track, put it in here, just below. And I'm going to develop my piece. I'm going to get the syllable, one of the syllables from the chorus part of the song, the last syllable. So I just need to find it. And let's see, it's not there. It's a little bit later on. It's coming up. I can recognize it. When I see it, I'll recognize it. There it is. Okay. So it's this one here, this syllable, that last syllable there. I know I'm just doing it sort of speed it up, but you might just listen to it a bit more and try and get it right. Try and find the right sample that you want. So that's this one. That's O. Okay, so that's going to be my idea for my second phrase. I'm going to trim it a wee bit. And maybe even cut a wee bit off. Now be careful when you're cutting audio, of course, that you don't cut, you don't introduce little clicks into it. Let me just see what that sounds like. There's a wee bit of a click there, so I just need to put a fade on the end there to remove that, any unnasty little clicks. Now the other thing is I'm going to turn on the flex tools for this one, this track, but I'm also going to change it to pitch mode. And you'll see it analyzes it and it figures out, especially if I double click on it here with the cursor tool, it'll bring it up on this piano roll down here, if I can find it. You need to scroll up and scroll back. It's this one. There it is. Okay, and then just scroll back, and there it is. And turn on. There it is. I should be able to see there, and there's the indication of the pitch. And if I click on it there, it tells you that this note is D3. Okay, so what I can do is I can bring it up one octave to D4. To play it now, you'll hear it's now D4. Okay, and if I go to the start of it, I can sort of put a little sort of a slide into it, glissando almost. Listen to this now. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I'll drag this one down. I wonder, can I drag this one down a bit? Maybe, I'm not sure if that's doing it, but I can really go to town. This one, pitch drift, it's called. So look at it now. Yeah, so that's my second idea. I'm also going to put on a stereo delay onto this one. So audio effects, delay, stereo delay, and I'll try this one. And that should be it. So let me listen to that now. See what it's. So back to the start. See what it sounds like. See what those two phrases sound like. If I'm happy, then I can move on to the next phrase. Second phrase now. And that's it. That's what we've done. We did also do the sampler, but I'll try and remind you about that in class.